Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Orange curriculum training. My name is Derek. I am a pastor of kids ministry here at WME Church. This is a short training video on how to access your curriculum. There's going to be two parts to this. First, I'm going to show you a video on small groups. This is for small group leaders accessing their curriculum. I'm going to show you a quick video on small groups and what small groups is with Orange and the 252 Basics curriculum. And then I'm going to show you how to access the curriculum. So let me just share my screen here, and then we will dive in.
Now, you know kids, so it shouldn't be news to you, but doing small groups for kids and preteens can be a little bit challenging, right? Because kids of elementary age phase are developing in such a different rates. I mean, mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually. Creating small group strategies that work for everyone can be very difficult. Not to mention training your small group leaders to manage all of the quirks of kids and preteens, that's just really hard. So how did you create a small group strategy that is effective for kids? And how do you help your small group leaders make it work for their group? Well, we think that it has to do with variety, flexibility, and coaching. And you'll find all of these three things in your social and groups activities that we provide through 252 Kids and Preteen curriculum. Now first, let's talk about variety. We know that you have a variety of kids in your ministry. Some are talkers, some are definitely not. Some act like little children, while others are 7 going on 27. Some are crazy, wiggly, and hyper, while others, well, they're probably a little bonkers. But the point is that every kid is different. And it can be difficult, especially in small groups, to engage many different kinds of kids in the same conversation. That's why we strive for variety, not just in the type of questions we ask, but the small group activities as a whole. That's why we use 7 different types of activities represented by 7 stamps: made to move, made to explore, made to create, made to connect, made to play, made to imagine, and made to reflect. Each one of these activities embraces one of the major learning styles in the elementary phase. Next is flexibility. Remember, small group leaders should never feel like they need to do or say every single thing on their small group guides. We provide a variety so small group leaders have the flexibility to do what's best for their groups on any given week. Because we get it. 5 minutes of quality conversations is all you might get out of your preteen guys, while the next 25 minutes might be like a, push-up contest or something. That's why it's important to remember, for a small group leader, the ultimate goal is to build relationships with their few so they can influence their faith. That's what matters, not getting through every single question or activity in your curriculum. Speaking of that, let's talk about coaching, the third thing that 252 Kids and Preteen does for your small group leaders. With every small group activity, we provide a what to say piece. While they don't need to memorize everything verbatim, this does give your small group leaders the words to say and the tone to say it. Our hope is that these phrases coach your small group leaders to connect the activity that they're doing to the Bible story and its application. We also include suggested transitional statements where we provide your leaders with a sentence or two to help them and their few focus on what's coming next. So that's it. Variety, flexibility, and coaching. That's what we're aiming for with the small group resources that you'll find in your 252 and preteen curriculum. We know that leading kids can be very, very unique challenges, but we are also convinced that it's worth it. Small groups are the most important thing that your church will do. Because if we want kids to practice their faith, we need to first make sure that every kid has someone who knows them and has a place to belong. If you want to learn more about small group strategy or talk about how this might look in your context, reach out to your Orange specialist.
Okay, so a couple of things that we can pull out of that video, and I want you to pull out of that video. Number one is variety. That is something that the Orange curriculum is. It provides a lot of variety. It's often too much. There's often too many activities, but it just gives you variety and the ability just to look at the different content and pick out what you want, because that's what a curriculum is. It's a resource. My fiance, she's a teacher, and she'll tell you that any curriculum is a resource, and every teacher uses that resource differently. They're not made to be the be all end all. They are just made to be a resource. So that is something to pull out. And then also those 7 key things to the curriculum. So, for example, made to move, made to create, made to imagine. Those are also how the curriculum is structured. And when I show you the curriculum, you're going to see that. So let's take a look on how to access the curriculum. First off, let me just close this down. Okay, so I'm going to then be pulling up the curriculum here. Sorry. And here we are. So when you get to the orange, you're at the store.thinkorange.com. Then you're going to go into sign in. I will give you an email that will give you the opportunity to create an account. You're going to create your account and sign in. That's my email. That's my password. Then it will come like this. We only purchased the 252 Kids curriculum, so we don't use middle school, we don't use high school, we don't use preschool right now. Then you're going to click on here, and there's your months. August, September, October, November. This video is being filmed in September of 2023, so I'm going to use the month of September. Here is where we have all our content for you as a teacher. However, there's really only 2 that you need to know. Like I said, this is for small group leaders. If you were doing large group, I'd show you where to access that, probably in person. However, this is for small group leaders. All you really need to know is this one, the groups, and the media package. And you actually don't even need to know the media package that much, more just the groups. We go to the media package, so I'm just going to show you this quick. Here's where we find our Bible videos. So I clicked on media package, media video files, Bible story videos. At WMB Kids, we only use Story Lab, and then you would have your videos here that you could use.
Do, re, mi, fa.
Now, why would you want to show those videos? Well, you won't be doing that, showing the videos in class if you are teaching grade 1 and up. However, if you're teaching pre-K to SK, once in a while, we do use the videos, although we primarily don't. A little bit more on that later. I'll talk about pre-K to SK. But some teachers also like to just view the videos just to know what's up for that week and to maybe engage with the story a bit more so they feel like they know it. Now, we actually only use the videos maybe once, twice, 3 times a month. We also do a mix of in-person large group teaching. So that is just for you and your reference. But this is where the real content is that I want to show you. You go to the groups and then you go to small group. Don't worry about prelude. Don't worry about large group. Go to small group, and here it goes by grades. This year in 2023, 2024 at WMB Kids, we're using pre-K to SK. That would be kindergarten grade 1 in here. And then we have a grade 1 class. They would use this. We have a grade 2-3 class there and a grade 4-5 class. Just for our reference, I'm going to first open up the grade 2-3 class. I will say some teachers actually find that they will look at multiple of them. So if they're teaching grade 2-3, sometimes the activities are a little too young and simple. Then they'll maybe pull an activity from the preteen. Sometimes it's a little bit too complicated. They'll pull an activity from the grades, kindergarten, grade 1. Sometimes it just gives you more variety too. Remember that variety piece. So you totally have the freedom to look at the other ones. When you get here though, you are going to see small groups, grade 2-3, week 1, 4 weeks in September. Here's your week 1. This is the PDF version. Before I show you this, they also have a Word doc version. Why would you want that Word doc? Well, you can download it, open it up. It's just opening. And as it does that, I will drag it over. Oh, it's already here. You can then enable editing, and you could totally edit and write out your own curriculum. So let's say I wanted to do this opening activity, but I didn't want to do the other stuff. I would just put that back, and then I could totally just print off what I want and the activities I want. Some teachers love that. Other teachers don't use it. Personally, myself, I actually don't use it. I just use the PDF. That is this page here, or pages rather. When you come here, it has your Bible story right on there. Bottom line, which we do use, and we encourage our teachers to use. Monthly memory verse, which we also use at WMB Kids. And we follow the monthly virtue. We don't follow the basic truth as much, or at least don't make it as a big of our curriculum. You come here, it'll have your times. Don't worry about those times. They're fairly relevant to us. More, you're looking at the resources. Now, those 7 that the video talked about, there's one of them. Made to move, you can look for these symbols. Made to connect is here. Made to play, that's like more playing and game like. Made to create, that's more of an activity. Made to move is more of a physical activity, movement activity. Made to reflect, obviously that's self-explanatory, it's not a reflection one. There's also the made, like I said, made to connect, that is a questionnaire one, getting the kids talking, connecting with them in that way. So I come here, I then see I am not going to do the early arriver, but I do want to do this opening activity because we kids just watched the story in big group time, and I want to ask them these questions to engage them with the story. Then maybe I will do this Bible story review one. Well, I love this in this one. Get the kids to open their Bibles. At WB Kids, for many years, we've always said we want the kids opening their Bibles each and every day. Now, if you're doing pre-K to SK, that'll look a little different. More on that in a minute. However, with the older kids, we love to get them opening their Bibles. For our kids in our Latino population, we do have Spanish English Bibles that they are free to use. We try to get the kids opening their Bibles. If the curriculum doesn't prompt it, try to do it in another form as a teacher. Now remember, curriculums are resources. You do not need to do every single activity it shows. You also don't need to say every word for word that it says. In fact, most teachers really never do that. This is just more than enough. You'll see here, it says literally what you say. You do not have to say word for word what it says. It's just a resource. If you sometimes are looking for the words, it's great to have them there, but it's just a resource. Same with these activities. Rarely, if ever, will you use every single activity. These activities are there to pick and choose what activities you want to do to frame and build your lesson. And often I encourage teachers, if you don't like the activities, go on Pinterest, go on Google, come up with something yourself. Sometimes this is just not doing it for you, and then you can do it in other ways. One other problem with Orange is it can be sometimes activity heavy, resource heavy. So for example, Jenga sets. We don't own that many Jenga sets, and I guess you don't either. So sometimes the activities we can't use because they need too many resources. However, we have a fun factory full of resources to use. So feel free to try and take a look. There's an inventory list on Planning Center that says everything the Fun Factory has. And then teachers also do bring in things from home for certain activities. So that was that one. Now, one of the activities, I believe I should have left this open. One of the activities talks about needing an activity page. I believe this is the build to or made to create one. Talks about this activity page right there. What is an activity page? You'll find that right down here. AP stands for activity page, week 1, open it up. There it is, and you can see it there. Now, for pre-K and kindergarten teachers, you can go there, use this resource. It's a little different though. Our pre-K and pre-K to SK class, we actually use the Spark Storybook Bible. So when kids come in, they're going to do a story time. We do a carpet time. We do a Spark Storybook Bible story. We do follow the curriculum, although we follow it somewhat loosely. We use the Spark Storybook Bible for that then. And then we will do some activities with the kids, a movement activity, a craft. We use the curriculum sometimes, but often the curriculum is a little bit too advanced, especially for the pre-Ks. So sometimes we do simpler activities. Pinterest is awesome for this. Sometimes I use the curriculum when I'm teaching that class and I just use it loosely. That's okay. This is a resource. Remember that. The key thing about a curriculum is it is a resource. And no matter what class you're teaching, I use it as that. And it's a great resource. When we were picking curriculums, we looked at tons of them. We formerly used one story. Our teachers, they just found that there wasn't actually enough content there. That's why we switched to Orange, because there's so much content. And we were looking for a curriculum to equip us. Is Orange the perfect curriculum? Absolutely not. In fact, when we were looking for curriculums, we would all agree there are no perfect curriculums out there. However, one of the reasons we like the Orange curriculum, it is content heavy. And also it's a story-based curriculum, which is really helpful for us, especially when teaching the younger kids who connect to stories. And then we use this resource of Spark Storybook Bible. We loosely follow the curriculum. We do story time, so on and so forth. So if you have any other questions, please email me. You're going to find my email at the bottom of this webpage. Please email me, connect with me. If you have any issues accessing the curriculum, or if you want to learn more, send me an email. Thank you for teaching with WMB Kids. Let me pray for you. Lord, may you bless whoever is watching this video who may be entering into teaching here at WMB Kids. Thank you for them. May you empower them by your Spirit. May they grow a heart for lifelong discipleship for these kids, and may they just show our kids your love and how much you love them. Lord, bless them, be with them, protect them. In your great and holy name, amen. Thank you so much for watching this video. I just filmed it on Zoom. Quality's not perfect. Maybe we'll film another one someday, but I hope this does the trick for now. And may you be blessed as you teach with WMB Kids.